Alright everyone, welcome back. It's Albert the Bell, and the lock we're going to take a look at this time is obviously this Abus Ultra Mini 410 with the loop cable. Now, first thing I want to point out real quick is something that I bring up every time I feature a lock like this. It's the U-lock, the steel U-lock, and the extra cable. When you use these, I highly recommend you use a separate lock when using the cable. So you got the U-lock, use the U-lock, and then use a separate padlock for the cable. That way you've got two separate locks, locking whatever it is you're locking up. Because let's face it, if a bad guy wants your item, they're probably going to get it if they have enough time. All we can do is throw as many obstacles in the way as we can, slow them down, maybe long enough for them to get caught, who knows. But yeah, I highly recommend using a separate lock for the cable. Alright, so any hoodles. So this lock, I wanted to show something with this one. Recently, I've got a couple of friends right now that are kind of trying the whole lock sport thing, seeing if it's something that they want to get into. So I've been kind of teaching them a little bit based on my experience, what tools to use for what locks and such like that, tensioning and what kind of tension tools, yada yada. Well, there's usually the right tool for the job, generally speaking. Say you're let me grab a hook pick for single pin picking, okay? That's generally what it's used for, okay? Well, on this lock here, I found, by the way, it's a wafer lock. It's a wafer lock. Here are the keys. So it's a double-sided wafer lock. It's got 6 wafers. It's got 3 on each side. So basically, this key is kind of like, think of it as 2 keys sandwiched together. So you got one on this side and one on this side. So you basically can flip the key over and use it either way. But it's only using, when you open the lock, it's only using these 3 cuts here for those 3 wafers. And inside here, it's using those 3. And then obviously when you flip the key over to use it that way, it's using these 3 and those 3. So 6 wafers together. Now normally on a wafer lock, I like to single pin, what we call single pin picking, one at a time, and I did it on this lock. Then I found I was able to rake it using tools like this, like your rake tools, and just kind of rake the lock open. I was able to open it with that. So I kept on going. I kept experimenting with different things. Then I picked up my, what we call jigglers. These are commonly used in wafer locks, like say automobile door locks and whatnot, and I was able to open it with this one here. Then I thought, well heck, let's take it a step further. So I started messing around with these tools. Now these are absolutely not designed for locks like that. These are for warded locks. These are warded lock picks. Well, in my opinion, whatever tool you use to get the lock open is the right tool. So sometimes the wrong tool is the right tool for the job, right? Or the right tool, yeah, if that makes sense. So any hoodles, I was able to use this warded lockpick right here. And normally, well, like I said, it's just not designed for a wafer lock. But if we shove it in there, shove it in, just find that sweet spot in there. See if I can do it while the camera's on, because usually things go sideways when the camera's on. Just going to find that sweet spot in there. Put it back in. And I'm just looking for that sweet spot. Nothing fancy. Get it back in there. Okay. Just find that sweet spot in there. Come on, baby. There it goes. Just like that. So, like I said, sometimes the wrong tool is the right one for the job. So, yeah, that's how it worked. That easy. Get that tool back out of there. So yeah, awarded lockpick. So sometimes you never know. Something that Bosnian Bill, he's retired from Locksport now, but he's still got a lot of videos on YouTube. When I first started watching him, something that stuck with me that he said, it was if what you're trying doesn't work in within a reasonable amount of time. He used to do like 10 minutes, I think, at a time. And if what he was using wasn't working in, say, within 10 minutes, try something different. Because obviously what you're doing isn't working. So try a different tool, try a different pick, maybe a different method. But yeah, I mean, you never know what's going to open the lock. But does it matter? I think the end game is getting the lock open. Okay? So yeah, I thought it was pretty neat. So that's it. Just wanted to show that off. Whatever opens the lock, right? So yeah, the Abus Ultra 410 Mini. Let me go ahead and let's pop some of these. Whoa, that was violent. Yeah, that's a pretty heavy duty cable there. Man, I know that's going to get ridiculous, but I'll take it off anyway. Okay, yeah, I need to hang on to that. Good grief, that'll break my jaw. So anyways, yeah, when you're using these cables, so you want to use the U-lock and then a separate padlock on the cable, okay? Slow them down as much as you can. Maybe they'll get caught in the process. I'm going to set this aside so I don't get hurt. Like that. And we'll take a look at what's in the box here right quick. May as well. I gotta make this so rough here. There we go. So probably some instructions on how to, different ways on how to mount it. So where is the, okay, here it is. So that's the part that's going to mount on your bicycle frame. And then this part right here looks like it will slide in. Oh, I like that. It's even got the collar around it. Usually it's just the part that grabs this. So the whole thing goes in here. I like that. That'll hold it nice and solid so it's not flopping around. Because you know when you're riding a bicycle, you don't want things flapping around on you. So I like that. But anyways, yeah, check it out. If you're just getting started and what you're doing isn't working, try something different. All right? Experiment, because you never know. It may be the absolute wrong tool that's the right one for the job. All right, so that's it. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I highly appreciate it. And remember, if you're not subscribed yet, you need to do so because all the cool people are doing it and you don't want to be left out. All right? Thank you.